Oh my gosh.
This is why we don't get any work done, huh?
Dude, seriously. Hey, that's my woman. Come here.
Guys, we have finished the outside scratch coat, if you saw our last video.
Yes, very exciting.
And we're changing plans again.
Oh yeah, because we did that whole thing where we said we were going to make an overhang.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we don't really need to do that.
Right now, right.
Oh no. Oh no. Watch out, guys. Get ready.
I think it went away. Okay, we're good.
That was close.
What was I saying?
I love you, but you have the loudest sneezes on earth. Okay, so we decided we are not going to build this overhang thing
Yet.
We're going to go inside. We're going inside. Like, we've got to get going on the interior. So, but before we can put any cob on the walls, what do we have to do?
We are running our electric wires.
That's right. We got to run all of our Romex because we're not running any of that in the wall, obviously, because you can't do that with a building like this.
We're running it in the cracks of the bags.
And in some cases, just on top of the bags.
Yeah.
And we'll be cobbing over all of those wires.
Never even know it was there.
Yeah, but in order to be able to cob, we have to have all those wires run and kind of like running into the plugs or the switches or whatever. Oh, and the light things up at the top. But it's not going to be connected to anything yet. But we're doing a lot of research this week. We're ordering all sorts of stuff for the electrical install. It's getting real.
Our lights are on the way,
Getting
the fan's on the way, and you've been doing so much research on getting all of our solar controllers and all that stuff.
We're about to place a big gnarly order for a bunch of electrical components, so
things are happening.
Yes. So let's go get this Romex run, and then we'll see if we have time for anything else today.
How long do you think it's going to take?
I think it'll take...
2 o'clock.
It's 2 o'clock. I think it'll take an hour-ish.
Okay.
But the ceiling could throw a wrench into things. I forgot about the ceiling stuff, so...
I'm guessing 2 hours. We'll see what time it is when we're done. 2 o'clock now?
Start that timer. Beep. That was a fake timer, in case you didn't notice.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Hey.
What?
I like your tool belt.
You like this? I just thought I'm going to forget something, so I'll just put all the things in the tool belt in case I need them. Before we get started, we've made a couple of minor modifications to our wiring. The first is that for the outside lights, we decided we're just going to make those solar. They're not going to hook into the main system in any way. They'll be completely independent. So we don't have to run any wires for that. The second is that we realized we could use this sort of shelf that connects this building here because this part of the roof doesn't go all the way to the ceiling. So we're going to run some of our wires up on top of that shelf and then just cover over them instead of having to go through this pipe and all the way around because we were starting to run out of room in this pipe. We only have room for 2 and we needed 3 wires, so this will help simplify that and shorten the runs too. So that is what we're doing.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Last night I came in and I popped out the back corners of each of these, and I had to sort of chip away at some of these bags to make sure that I could actually get a cable through. So then I just kind of bend it in place there, and then I just, let's see, it's not quite bent enough. Kind of have to go in at an angle, and then it should just come right through. And then Then we'll just slide it through and we'll give ourselves plenty of extra and then run it down to the next one. Now the question is, how much is plenty of extra?
I think 16 inches is what I read.
Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
You say,
inside?
why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would you
inside?
look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Your
inside?
mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon.
Your mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon.
Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would
inside?
you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would
inside?
you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
You know, you can feel it when you look inside. You know, you can feel it, and it's no surprise. Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would
inside?
you look outside yourself when you
So this one is going to start there. It's got to go 16 inches outside. And then we're going to run into the next one.
World
Why
inside.
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Inside, all of the world inside.
Well, guys, it has been a solid 3.5 hours, and we're still not done. So it's time to milk goats. They're still working in there trying to get the last of it done. I'm gonna go wash up and get these goats milked. Usually there's not a sink full of dirty dishes, but today there is. I didn't have a clean bowl jar. They just filter our milk, but we do not heat it up or pasteurize it. So that's a full fridge. Okay, 9-9, it's done. It's all done.
Alright, so it did take longer than I thought. We didn't quite finish. We got everything except the lights in the rectangle and then the switch and the light in the circle room. So almost there. I think we might actually have to go get some more wire. And we're also contemplating possibly trying to source our breaker box and temporarily installing it so we can go ahead and run the wires into that just to keep them a little more secure as we start to cob up to it, because eventually those wires will have to exit the cob, and so we don't want to be pulling on those. Like, it's going to be a tricky transition, so we might do that. I don't know if we'll have time, but anyway, we will get back at it tomorrow and hopefully we'll get it finished up.
Love it how you love me electric like you do. Love it how you love me electric, always you. Forever, wherever I go, I feel like I'm high. Oh, and I wouldn't change the way you got me jumping through hoops. All the wishes in the world
So yesterday we almost got done running all the wires, but it was kind of a mess over here. So we decided to take a minute. We went into town this morning and we got circuit breaker box and they're not called strainer reliefs, just called something else that you screw in and it tightens that cable. So what we wanted to do is just make sure we got all those wires run up in there and then tighten down so that as we go to cob, there's no chance that they're moving around. So now that we've got this sort of mounted and set up, we're going to continue running the rest of our wires, which are all running up to our lights. We got to figure out where the lights are going though, so we should probably get that figured out first. Also, we had used these to go into the bags and to hold the cables down yesterday, but as you can see, they're a little small at the top and they definitely put a lot of pressure on those wires, which worried us. So when we were in town, we also picked up the correct cable staple nails, and these work much better. Last wire going from our light switch inside the circle up to the fan/light that will be in the middle. I have the power.
Well, we have the wire.
Yeah, we do have the power. Yeah, that was actually a really good pun and I didn't even realize it.
No, we just have the wire. We don't have power.
Wow, that's true. We have the potential for power. That is it, friends. We are done for the day. All the load lines are officially run inside the solar shed. They're secured, and that means that we get to start cobbing the inside tomorrow, which is a big, big step. I can't believe we're finally working on the inside of this thing. So, don't forget, Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come hang out with us. We'll answer all your questions, and otherwise, we will see you next time.
Found heaven in your eyes. Tell me it's all mine, holding on too tight. You're like a neon sign in a starless night, showing up so bright. Can't get over how you talk to me, like I'm all you're ever gonna need. Seeing colors that I've never seen. I love it how you love me electric, like you do. Love it how you love me electric, always you. so bright. Can't get over how you talk to me, like I'm all you're ever gonna need. Seeing colors that I've never seen. I love it, how you love me like